All right, so this is the little weirdos. I've got one little wild duck in there who came running into our life a few months back, beginning of the summer, and posted about her on social media. She's a neat little duck, mallard. She's got this really cool little purple reflective area, and then two obnoxious mixed breed domestic ducks, uh, and then a bunch of other laying hens and stuff. Uh, yeah, they're interesting. They're little escape artists, and it's been a learning curve with these guys. We've had to change how we house them a few times now. We expanded our. We moved. We had this factory hen house inside here, and then with the addition of 10, like I guess a total of 6 more chickens this year, and then the 3 ducks. It wasn't wasn't big enough, and so you've got to. I mean, you've got to know you've got to have enough space because you'll stress them out, and they'll start to peck at each other and hurt each other and stuff. And that's just no good. You want everybody happy, so they lay lots of eggs. Hopefully, within the next month or two, we should be getting about 13 eggs a day. So, and we spend about $20 to $30 a month on food. We give them a lot of table scraps and stuff as well, and we let them free roam in the backyard most of the time too, because they just keep the lawn down. They eat all the bugs they can find, and they fertilize everything for free. So yeah, we've got a pretty good lawn going this year. But like, back to this pretty simple construct. I threw it together, and I have not had enough time to really do anything fancy. Just keeping it really basic, using whatever we've got. We've got an old dog pen in there. Gives them a bit of a shelter if they want to separate, or if somebody's getting sick of the other ones picking on them. And this little creature right here, she's our champion escape artist. She is a freaking headache. She'll get out no matter what you do, even with her wings clipped. But she's a good layer. And one of the other things we adapted here, this is my wife's idea, is we hang our water and our food off the ground now, because chickens like to scratch, and when they scratch they kick up crap, and they fill those trays with enough dirt and mud and sticks and stuff that the water soaks through and just dribbles onto the ground, and they run out of water like constantly. So that's another quick little hack that you may find useful. And all I did was use a couple of adjustable straps. That did the trick for hanging all these up. Didn't use anything too expensive. Just some half decent ones, and they should last a year or so before the sun rots them. Whether it's worth it to buy the hen house pre-made, yeah, it depends on your time. This thing's super flimsy. It's $250. We weren't expecting to have chickens, so it was like we had to do it, and we had to do it quick. And so we got these, and then we kept heat lamps in it, so through the winter they'd stay warm, because a few of the breeds we have, they're not necessarily as resilient as, like, say, these guys right here. These guys look, one relative size, but when you actually, let's see if I can get one to, like these guys right here, they're super fluffy, and they look like they're bigger than they are. And then this is gonna be fun, playing chase the chicken. I just gotta get him cornered, but yeah. But there's just a lot of fluff to them. and they take a while to grow. You can expect that it's going to be about 6 months before they're actually laying, you know, probably at least 6, 7. You've got to be paying attention to the nutrition. If you're running ducks and chickens, I say that like they're cars or something, but if you're running ducks and chickens, you've also got to make sure you've got in all breeds food. And when they're small, you've got to have the flakes rather than the pellets so that the smaller chickens and ducks can eat them. Get my glasses. Sorry guys, I should have said this at the beginning. This is going to be uncut. I just simply don't have time and energy to be doing a fancy dancy YouTube video. But I wanted to say, like, in final, you know, in close, is that I think it's worth it. They're pretty cool, pretty interesting. They all have different personalities. They will stick to the groups that they generally stick to the groups that they grow up with. So for instance, like this little guy right here, he grew up with the duck. He grew up with the ducks. So he grew up with the little one there, the wild mallard, and then those ducks came in after. They basically acted like they were a couple of kick dogs, and that to me is kind of frustrating, but you know, and it kind of takes the fun out of it when the animals are acting like they're super afraid of you. So, you know, chickens I think are overall more fun than ducks are, you know, in general. But yeah, and they, you know, they get pretty accustomed to you pretty quickly. And that's fun. It's pretty funny to see them run for the food. Oh, and here's a prime example. So here's the little ones. This is the group that grew up together over this summer. And then primarily in here, you've got these two, and then one hidden in the back there. You can just see your tail, all hanging out inside right now. And then we've got the copper one right here. Always good to have a mixture. Want to make sure that you have something that is or a breed that is going to be suitable for your area. So look at what your climate is, consult your local ranch store, and see what they say. All right, guys, have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.